Alright, so I was muted. Yes, this is Eris, guys. Oh, look, golden cookie. Bam! I wonder why you guys can't see why we can't see the window capture here. Maybe because it's on a different screen. Let's see if I bring it over here. Alright, so you have the mouse capture. You can see that. You can see my mouse. It's on this. Alright, so I mean that's progress, right? Display capture, window capture. Maybe I want to use display capture. No, because that shows you everything on my screen. That's just obnoxious. Is it? Yeah, that's obnoxious. And it's not even showing the right monitor. Oh, it's a layering them. Oh no, it's not even the right one. Alright, so display capture is not the option here. It is window capture that I want. I'll go properties here. What's going on? Alright. Capture cursor. What is multi-adapter capability? I don't know what that is. Alright. Well. It's not it either. Oh my gosh, I can't even click my thing again. Properties. Logitech properties. Oh, it's the other one. Cancel. And then this Logitech. There we go. That's the one I wanted to move. It would be much better if I could. Can you make yourself just a little more comfortable? Give me a little more loafy? Because right now your little paws are digging in. Digging in to my legs and it hurts. Loafy kitty. Come on. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. She moved one paw. One paw. Alright, first of all, let's work with this Logitech here. Properties. I look really orange. The whole thing looks very orange. So we want to go ahead and... What's the color space? 709? Or 601? That doesn't change it very much. We'll just go back to default. Ooh, golden cookie. Boop. Which again, you guys can't see. Alright, let's figure out what about this window capture thing. Alright, so I get add, copy filters, remove network transform, scale properties. Bam! Alright, can I rename this? This should be cookie clicker. Cookie clicker? But it's not actually showing cookie clicker. So, what's the issue? What is the issue? Cookie clicker, cookie clicker. Cookie, cookie, cookie clicker. Oh. So if you guys haven't played Cookie Clicker before, it's a browser-based game. And let me give you the link for it, because anybody can play. You can play in your browser. Chat. There you go. Cookie Clicker link, everyone. This cat is like, she's almost falling off my... She wants to love on the table and be on my lap. Okay. What a good girl. No. Bye, Eris. You can come back whenever you want. Alright, so Eris the cat has sort of left. She may or may not come back. But we're gonna go ahead and get this cookie clicker somehow to work. Oh, I also was gonna try and... It looks like either Streamlabs or Stream Elements is not working. There we go. Kitty! Yeah, and she ran away right away. But I started streaming immediately. Buck, buck. Hi, Carl. Good to see you. Yeah, I started streaming before I was totally ready because the cat was on my lap, and I'm like, okay, Kitty is here. We need to start the stream now. So, that is why We started with, you know, half-ass setup. But I'm still trying to figure out why my browser thing is not. Alright, I'm also going to switch the camera a little bit. Boop-a-doo. There we go. Make sure you guys. She's behind you. Is she still behind me? Oh, she is. Hi, girl. You want to come cuddle again? You just want to chill out there? See, the thing is, if I sit forward on my chair, and this means you won't be able to see her, unfortunately, she will jump and sit right behind me. Get you being such a sweetie. Maybe I'll just scoot on over so you guys can, like, see her too. It'll be a dual stream. We'll do her streaming, Kitty. Kitty could care less. Alright. Let's see. Check this out. Boop-a-doo. There we go. Dual stream. With the kitty. Hello, rocket propelled freedman. How are you? I'm trying to get you guys to be able to see my cookie clicker, which is a silly little browser-based game. I put the link in chat. Can I bring Carl in and we can multi-stream? Streamers and their pets. So let's take a look here. Stuff logging in. Why are you not logging in? Because it says that. Whoa. Alright, there we go. Follower goal. Alright, everything just blinked. So it's obviously logging me in. And it's going to update stuff, which is going to be a little weird. Now we have kitty cleaning stream. Clean kitty. Alright, so I have 3 new followers. Oh, I have more than that. What is this? Filter. There we go. Okay. Good. It seems like everything is right on target. BRB need food. Yes. Go feed yourself. So, Rocket, what's new? I haven't seen you for a while. I still need to get this damn browser source working. Sorry for the swearing. Maybe if I stop capturing the cursor and multi-defaults. Match title. Window must match title. Whoa. Match title. Otherwise find window of same type. Otherwise find window of same executable. No, not that. No, I don't want my Streamlabs to show. Maybe I'll just go hide this one. And then I'll go hide this one. Alright, it seems to probably be getting confused because I have too many Chromes open. Too many Chromes. Too many Chromes. Alright. Well, that stinks because I'd actually need multiple Chrome windows open for what I'm doing today. Let's we can put cookie clickers the background. So maybe if I just move this over here, because part of the problem might be the like where it was located, because it was on a different monitor. Maybe that screwed it up. My Discord, no. Let's hit OK. Filters, properties. There we go. There's the cookie clickers. Now let's find match title. Otherwise find window of same executable. Window title must match title. So I guess I gotta copy all this. Oh, but that's gonna constantly change. I can't choose that option because it tells the number of cookies. Match title, otherwise find window of the same type. Still not showing up. Why can't I see you? Wait, are you? It's at the bottom of everything. That's why we can't see it. No? Now it's just covering my face. I can literally hear the cat cleaning herself. It's a little weird. Alright, so put this on top of it. That goes on top of that. But now you guys can't see me. Or some of the other things, so we'll go down here. Maybe it's too big. That looks like it's huge. Okay, so properties, cancel. Alright, I think I'm figuring it out little by little here. Alright, so that's how big it is. Ugh. We'll just put me right in the middle. I'm a lock cookie clicker. I'm gonna bring my face up here a little bit. My face, my face. Come on, move a little better. Holy crap. Alright, my face goes right above cookie clicker. Boom. Face. Hey, hey. Let's see. I have had many adventures. Many adventures since I think I last saw you. I've gone to... Let's see. We went to a board gaming convention. And then the weekend after that, we went on our scuba diving trip out to Mexico. And then the week after that, we went hammock camping. And then this past weekend, I went on a knitting and crochet retreat up to Big Bear, which is in the mountains. And so if you guys follow my Twitter, you probably saw, like, how many pictures did I post? 49 pictures just like pop up boom, 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 boom in my Twitter. I didn't realize that when I made an album on Facebook, like I know that my articles and my comments went over to Twitter. I didn't realize that when I put up an album of pictures that each individual picture would be its own tweet. So got all of that going on. And I started working on a little shamrock pattern. We found the winner of the giveaway of the donut. The winner has been chosen, and I do need to send this off this week. It was a very sweet little story when I emailed him. The winner, oh, there she is, right behind me. Meow, yes. Meow, meow. You want to sit on my lap again, or you just want to hide behind me? Come on, here. There we go. Meow. She has no idea what to do while I'm getting comfortable. No can see you. Yeah, I was working on that. Alright. There we go. So, push this down a little. Now we get Kitty here, right? Kitty cam. Yeah, I know you didn't like me out moving all that much. Alright, I'm still a little frustrated about the cookie clicker. Maybe I need to refresh it or close it and reopen it. I don't think closing it and reopen would actually really help. Alright, so... Oh, Rocket, are you in... Well, first of all, do you use Discord? Because I know not everybody uses Discord. Alright, those funky little clicks you hear, that is Cookie Clicker. I am buying stuff so I can make more cookies. Kitty. Now, make me bigger. This is Eris. E-R-I-S, Eris. Oh no, my other kitty over here is all like being cut off by the... Okay, let's get Capamon moved. Well, do I want to move Capamon? No, I want to move Cookie Clicker, the thing that you can't see. The thing that can't be seen. I need to figure out how to get it to be viewed though. Alright, we gotta Google. OBS doesn't show Chrome window capture. Alright. Black screen fix. Alright, cool. There's a YouTube video for this, guys.
What's up, everybody? It's the Greek MC here, just bringing you a real quick tip
Actually, I'm
on
gonna
how
mute
to fix the window capture black.
a cool, like, 1 minute video. Oh, she's such a happy kitty. Chrome settings. Show advanced settings. Oh no, hopefully this. Oh crap, I just relaunched Chrome. Oh my gosh, it relaunches all the Chromes. Ugh, which includes the one that I was using to watch. Okay, so let's see what OBS does. Oh, well, it's a white screen now, not a black screen. That made a change. Oh, good. Now we're sort of seeing something, right? Right, guys? Oh. Yeah, that's a problem. Let me see. Oh, man. Maybe I should have watched the video all the way through before I followed his instructions. Still watching the video, guys. Advanced settings. Deselect hardware. Oh, now you. Hey, there it is. Alright, well, there it is on my screen. And, alright, there it is in OBS. Excellente. Okay. So that guy's video totally did it. We see cookie clicker now. However, yay! So, since the window closed, I didn't see any of your guys' comments in the past few minutes. I'm going to resize cookie clicker here, but now I can actually see Chrome and Twitch, my own Twitch thing here. So we're going to make that look a little prettier so you can see me and the cookie clicker. And now I have it set up. Unfortunately, it it required me to deselect some hardware acceleration stuff, which is probably going to be extremely useful later on. So I may have to keep flipping back and forth between those settings. So here's the cookies. Oh man, that's really loud. Alright, at least that first pop was really loud. Alright, so this is what we do. We click the big cookie. That's the basics of cookie clicker. Click the big cookie. Now, if I change this, does it change it on the screen? No. Yes, okay, it does. So we're going to go ahead and make it the size I want it. Because I'm going to be flipping back and forth between other things. Now, if I flip to the settings page, do we see that? Yes, because you're just seeing my whole window. Alright, well, that's a thing. Oh my gosh, the kitten. She's doing the kneading thing. And, it hurts. She's the claws. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy you're happy, kitty, but it's so painful. Alright, so now I'm going to resize stuff in OBS. And that way... okay, so my face gets a little tinier. And the cookie clicker's going to get a little tinier once I can click it. Okay, cookie clicker. There we go. So we're going to... You don't get to see all that other stuff. That's boring stuff anyway. Is it? Yes. Ooh, a golden cookie. Wait, is it on my screen? Where is it? Golden cookie. Cookie clicker. I lost my cookie clicker window. There you are. Boom. That gives you bonuses. And you want to click a lot more because there's a timer right here. see, I want to go down here. Take a look. Chance Maker. I haven't gotten one of those yet. I need 26 quadrillion cookies. I only have like 100 trillion at the moment. I figured it out. Sort of, mostly. Although what's showing up on Twitch is adding like an extra border that I don't need, which is weird. I found a video. I found a YouTube video that did it. Alright, I still want to make it look prettier than it already is. So, I don't think I can change the size of stuff in Cookie Clicker. Do I just want to make this bigger? Do I want to hide everything? I can totally just hide everything. Hide everything else. And bring this up a bit. Boop. Put me in the middle. Boop-a-doo. Hyperion can hang out over here. Be a little smaller. Boop-a-doo. This can get out of the way. And then... There we go. Alright. It's really rough around the edges, but it's a thing. Actually, I can put myself in the milk. In the milk! So this orangey stuff is milk. It, gives me bonuses and stuff. Capamon. That's not Capamon. Alright, filter crop. OBS you can... Oh, okay. You need to filter crop. OBS you can crop it. Top 40, right, left 20, hover over many. Oh, okay. Yeah. Ooh, golden cookie. Yay. Alright. I want to test something else out, though. What if I go to my other window? What do you guys see? Good, you guys still see Cookie Clicker if I do that. Alright, awesome. Yeah, I can go cover Capamon. Sorry, Capamon. I'll just hang out over here. Hiya! Alright, we're good. There we go. This is now my Cookie Clicker setup. Alright, we can now have desktop audio back on since I'm not listening to the video, but you can hear the cookie clicks. A nice little cookie click. Oh yeah, I have used that crop thing before. I want to do this quickly and be hanging out. Because the other things I'm going to be doing is a little bit of just random pattern research. So I wanted to chat about patterny stuff, hang out with you guys, all that jazz. So, alright. Oh, I wonder if did that squish it? It totally squished it by moving it over there. Oh my goodness. Alright, so rearranging my windows, actually, or at least moving it over here, is going to affect the way it looks. There we go. Oops. Hi, kitty. Oh. Oh my goodness. Do you guys see this cat? Can you see her? She's just like all over the lap and the table. Just oh cat, that hurts. Please don't rip my jeans. You can take that claw out. There we go. Oh, so happy. My gosh. I have not seen a cat like this happy ever. Oh goodness. Alright guys. This is so I set up a broken monitor for GiftBot. Ooh, cookie. Dig deeper, toughen her up. Carl, you're giving advice that's gonna be painful. Oh my gosh, you see that leg? Oh man. Just
Yay!
yay! Well, thank you very much. Love her painfully, Coral. Oh no, all my stuff is behind all this. Well, thank you very much for the host and or follow. Oh no. Well, I appreciate that very much. However, uh names like that really aren't appreciated in our channel. Um so, but welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy hanging out with little cats, cookie clicking, and all that. So, cookie clicker going on. And we have Capgens, Capgens. Oh no, look, now we have the cute kitty. Yay! That's something to go yay about, my little Hyperion. Yay! So, oh, bye bye. Alright, yeah, so my plan for today was hanging out with Cookie Clicker in the background and doing some just general research on the, hmm, um, the way weaving works and the patterns. I'll tell you in a second. So, weaving and patterns and just like what I need to do. Oh, since the kitty's gone, we're gonna go ahead and move this up a bit so you're not like staring at my lap. So I have two different colors of yarn that I want to use in a weaving pattern, and I have them right here behind me. I have a solid maroon and I have a sparkly maroon. So if you guys want solid and sparkles. And then I also have, winding up some of it, I have a two color ply blue and a solid blue. So what I want to do is I want to mix these patterns together, and I want to use the two maroons and the two blues in the same project, same weaving project. But I need to like pre-visualize how it's gonna look, because when you're doing a weaving project, you need to set it up from the start. So you have to know what's gonna go up and down and what's gonna go side to side. Your warp is the really long pieces, and your weft is the shorter pieces. So I want to figure out what pattern I want to set this in, how I want it to look. Do I just want it to look, I could start with the, and I probably will start with the blue ply first, because I have the least amount of it. But I haven't quite decided if I want to go just blue on the warp. Maybe I want to start with the blue and they go with the solid maroon, and then on the weft of it, how I want to separate out or spread out these guys. Part of me wants to use the special ones, so the plied and the sparkly, all in the warp, and that way I get the most out of it, because then I'll get the most fun out of it. But then I also want to be able to create patterns. I kind of want to do a log cabin like I did before. Um, the previous log cabin I made what I feel is probably every mistake you shouldn't do. I used two colors that were very similar. I used sparkly yarn on both of them, which made it extremely difficult to actually see what I was doing. And it does require counting. I kind of want to take that log cabin pattern and bring it up to the next level. I want to be able to have the squares. See, but then if I was to do that, I feel like I would have to warp all four colors, and I'd have to be counting all four colors, which means instead of two shuttles, I would need four shuttles. And I have an order in for shuttles right now. with um, a new company called Blank Slate Design and Fabrication. And I. Root beer float! Hello! But I may have to put an order for two more if I'm going to do the pattern design that I'm thinking of. Or if I think I have to do, because I kind of want a plaid type thing, but I would need even amounts of every color. So I would literally, and this would be my limiting factor because it's the shortest amount of yarn I have. And I would have to know how many lengths I can do before I started, because I have a feeling the way I would have to pattern this would be like five, like six lengths of this, six lengths of this, and I'd have to decide the order beforehand. So it'd be like this, like they'd have to be in the outside, and then I'd have to choose the number of lengths, and then I would also have to afterwards do the weft with the same number of lengths. Um, Coral. So root beer float, it's good to see you. I'm just chatting about how I want to do some weaving stuff. My stream today is just going to be, like I said, pattern research, chatting, and checking out the cookie clicker I got running in the background. Are you familiar with Cookie Clicker? Have you seen this before? It's a silly, silly game, just super silly. But I wanted to chat with you guys, just hang out, chat, smiley face, and then click on some golden cookies if they decide to show up. So this is the big cookie. You can go to, you can probably just Google cookie clicker and you'll get to ortel.dashnet.org/cookie clicker, and you will start with one big cookie. And all you do is click the cookie. Just one click. That's all you gotta do. And then you have these fun little phrases up top here, and that kind of tells you what's going on. And there's a very slow story mode, very slow. So if I scroll up here, I have this option: revoke the Elder Covenant. Ooh, golden cookie. You want to sleep, but I have a kitty lap issue. Oh my gosh, I did earlier too. That's why I started my stream being all wonky, because there was a kitty on the lap. Actually, where is she? Did she come back? Eris. Oh, that's Artemis. Eris and Artemis kind of look similar. They're both calicos. Artemis. Hey, sweetie. And Mama Kitty. We have 5 cats in the house. Only about 2, maybe 3 come in and visit. Loki's never come into this room. So, um, you're delicious. Oh yes, root beer is delicious. I don't know about our A&W root beer float. Honestly, root beer floats kind of give me gas. So, you have 6 ducks in your office. I think Payne has me beat, guys. Ducks. So I'm gonna see. Let's see. Um, let's get some stuff going on there. Um, all right. So I need to find, like, I need to pre-visualize, and I don't even know how to Google this. So any assistance would be helpful if you know anything about weaving or patterns or tools. So pre-visualize weaving pattern. Maybe that'll kick something out. Visualization. Oh wow, there's a PDF. Visualization of woven cloth. I'll go ahead and open that up. Images for pre-visualized weaving pattern. Go ahead and real-time rendering of woven clothes, which is really interesting. So we're talking about the rendering of woven clothing and all that and whatever. I went to a a conference called, oh my god, what's that conference we go to every year? Well, SIGGRAPH. It's called SIGGRAPH. It stands for something in graphic arts. I don't remember what SIGGRAPH stands for. However, SIGGRAPH is the visual arts, or not visual arts, graphic arts, visual effects conference to go to. You have your hardware vendors, you've got your software vendors, you've got these high end um, rendering software companies. I mean, there's one program that all it does is render a tree from seedling to growing, and every individual leaf it will render all of this. Um, ooh, Paint said it. What is it? What is it? Cookies. Special interest group on computer graphics. SIG Graph. Okay. I don't think I actually ever knew that. My favorite was the breathing wool. Ooh. Um, that sounds weird, but it makes sense. Actually, yeah, wool does do that. It expands and contracts, but it looks like it's breathing. So anyway, so I'm getting to the woven cloth thing. One of the talks they did was right after the movie Brave came out, and it was the Disney effects team, and they were talking about what they did, and they're the teapot people. Who are the teapot people again at CRAF? Um,
Maya?
Maya, is that the teapot people?
Yeah, it was originally done in Maya.
Okay,
Whatever the company was at that point in time.
okay, so whatever Maya was before it was Maya.
Well, no, it's only Maya. Autodesk owns it now,
Oh, okay.
but it was a different company then.
I think they're the company that Utah Teapot. So right after Brave came out, it was the first ever 3D render model. Yes, yeah, the teapot. Yeah, everyone does a teapot. Um, but the company that did it was actually no. I kind of think the Disney renderer has its own booth, like the Disney Group. So they were doing this like how to behind the scenes of how they made Brave, and what they did in Brave is they individually digitally wove every single piece of fabric you see in that film. Martin Newell 3D test model Cornell box. So it was such a fascinating demonstration. And they had all their render statistics, how long it took each piece, how many colors each piece had, how many different um, I think how many different rendering servers they used in order to do it. It was fascinating, and I absolutely loved it. And so, while I know I'm not going to find something that I'm not going to be doing something that high end, I feel like there are probably tools out there that are much more user friendly and affordable than some of those softwares, because those can get be ridiculously expensive. All right. So, anyway, that's what I'm Googling now. Pre-visualize weaving patterns. So there's some PDF papers on it. Oh my gosh, this is a long one. Oh, 9 papers. The need for rendering cloth arises frequently in computer graphics generated scenes. Typical cases include indoor scenes with furnishings like curtains, sofas, etc., and scenarios with virtual characters. In this paper, we focus on visualizing woven clothes that exhibit rich weave patterns. The ubiquity and richness of patterns in woven clothing is well brought out in the recent series of 3 articles by Glasner. Alright, so first of all, I want to know when this paper was written. It's a Eurographics Symposium on Rendering 2003. So this is pre-Brave. Ooh, golden cookie. Yes, got it. Houdini. Okay, that's another one. Well, Houdini does particles. Houdini's good for particles. All right, so pre-visualize weaving patterns. Okay, cool. So now I'm getting excited. Um, looking for. See, I want to give them my example and I want to be able to see what it will look like. I want to input my yarn and get an output and then maybe play around with it. Well, I'm not sure some of these other weaving patterns are different because I don't actually know how to weave anything really but a straight weave in a log cabin. So that's a bit of an issue there. Glasner's PR man. Okay. All right. All right. So they don't really have like a program for any of this. New place. Not really. I'm actually sitting at the computer today, Jelly Glob. So I'm doing because the couch is right behind me. You can see that crochet couch. I want to do some research before I start my next weaving project, and I did, while the research could be a little boring to stream, that's also why we got Cookie Clicker in the background here. Clicking the cookies, clicking the cookies, cookie, cookie, cookie. Um, yeah, so a little bit of Cookie Clicker, a little bit of research, and just general chit chat. Side effects of tools. So I'm using weaving, and we're talking a little bit about visual effects and how visual effects actually takes weaving and they'll render it and a lot of that stuff. Like it's not just a drawn character sometimes. And I was giving the example of I went to a, what was it, the Special Interest Group Graphics Symposium. Um, it's known as CGraph, and the Disney group actually did a demonstration on how in Brave every single piece of, see, I want to watch Brave now, guys. Every single piece of clothing there is digitally rendered. All right, I'm checking out this link that Paint just put up, and it's fake broidery. All right, so TD skills. All right, wow. Fake broidery, needlework, and Houdini. Okay. Oh my God, that's loud. Whoa, that is loud. We're turning that down.
When I
Super.
was looking at my wife's embroidery machine working, which is a massively hypnotic thing, I was wondering how I'd go about recreating those embroidery patterns in Houdini. And my main concern with that was how I would art direct where the stitches would go into which direction, so which kind of flow they would have. And then it hit me that I could do this with a volume. So here's my attempt at embroidery in Houdini. Let's drop down a geo, delete the file, and start out with a grid. Let's set its orientation to XY plane, and what worked for me was a size of
Oh my gosh, he's already
0.45,
lost me.
and
Wow, I don't even know. Like setting up the planes and putting the stitches in. Mostly I just like hearing his accent. Oh, ooh, golden cookie. So, all right, well there's that. Warning, this is nice and dry. So the link is rendered in yeah. I might just send that on over to Jingles in case he's interested to take a look at that. But I'm gonna go ahead and copy paste that over to him. All right. So, all right. Let's see. Pre-visualized weaving patterns. Let's see. Procedure visualization of knitwear and woven. Pen engineering. Wow, there's actually a lot of 3D generation about pre-visualizing stuff. Weaving codes, coding weaves, color and weave relationship and woven fabrics, and an in-tech open. Oh my gosh. Specialist yarn and fabric structures, development and applications. Ooh, that sounds neat. It's on Google Books. All right, does anybody else get like this excited about the fabric and the actual like the nitty gritty of the stuff? Dynamically generating a piece of woven fabric. Manuel explains how to write a VEX wrangle and the DOP content to generate connecting yarns in every frame. Setup is quite simple, but nice looking. Not only do you learn how to recreate the effect, but the tutorial gives you some insight on how to use geometry wrangles and DOPs. You got the hit file? I do. Okay, because we are huge dorks. Alright, great. I don't know how many other people in the channel even can, and this is not to be insulting, that grasp what we're talking about. Um, Basically, it's digitally creating a very realistic looking yarn or a very real, like it would be like trying to generate this look 100% digitally. You know, a crocheted fabric, a knit fabric, or a woven fabric, and how to do that what they call procedurally, basically with a math equation. Houdini is a high-end graphic software that does a lot of. Houdini can probably do some of that with the interweaving now, because he's doing a Houdini demonstration, right? What is he doing this in? Side effects. He's doing it in a thing called side effects. Oh, cookie. Um, yeah. So I'm going at a lot of this from the. Ooh, look, guys, I can buy an upgrade. I have enough to buy a School of Sorcery, where my wizard towers will be twice as efficient. Boom. So now what you'll see here when I click this is over here, this cookies per second, it's going to jump. I just don't know by what. So right now we're at 1.178.559, 179.02. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. So it's working in visual effects. Both Paint and I have done work in Hollywood. I mean, she actually knows how to do some of this stuff. I just sit back, watch, I manage the stuff, I make sure that the computers don't blow up. Ooh. Okay, hold on. Okay. It can do pretty much edit side effects. Oh, side effects is Houdini. Okay. I need to get rid of that Moobot thing. That one's really distracting. It's too long. All right. So we'll go ahead and turn that one off. I mean, that's still true. All the stuff about the subs is still true. I just need to condense it so it doesn't take up half the chat. All right, I'll skip that. And what do I call that one? Con Cloak Project, yeah. And the Learning Edition is free for Houdini, which is awesome. Free stuff is always awesome, especially if it's something that can get you a very well-paying job if you're able to practice it and learn on it. Paint knows lots of things about it. Like I said, I sit back and watch and I manage the stuff to make sure everything runs as smoothly as possible for them. It's so pretty. Alright, so move out all subs. What do I call it? Commands and list. Sub perks. We'll go ahead and edit that one. I'll just go ahead and take off the repeat. Save. Okay. And I can turn off donut. Alright. Ooh, another cookie. Alright, so next thing I'm looking at is 3.75 quadrillion. Alright, so we'll let that run for a bit. It'll be a while before I get to a quadrillion. Stream with you? It's so cool. Maybe someday. Still, okay. So I got super distracted. I was looking for a way to like pre-visualize my weaving patterns, and I totally got into the whole teacup thing. So I'm trying to pre-visualize my pattern here. I still want this to be a warp. All right. So if I make this a warp, What do I want it to be surrounded by? Because when you start your warp, you start in the middle. Basically so your pattern evens out. I could start with this. And then I suppose... no. I feel like I would have to pre-measure stuff because then I wouldn't want to start with this. I kind of feel like I actually don't want to use the sparkly yarn in addition with this. Like this would just look, it'd be overkill. So let's put the sparkly yarn aside. Now I've got, and see this might not work either, because now I've got two similar colors and only one different color. I mean, I could, if I warped this, if I warped all of this, it would still be a very skinny scarf. I'd still have to put something else. I'd want to put something on either side. In this case, I would want to put a different color on either side. So I would probably want to go like this and have the solid on either side. And that leaves the question, what would I do the weft with? In this case, I would still want two. I would probably have to do a little bit of counting while I'm doing the weaving, where I would actually be alternating these two. I think that's how I would do it. So let me go ahead and make some notes here. I have my crochet book behind me. Actually, I should take that. I should use that. Well, it's more like the streaming notebook. I have the one for the crochet patterns already, but this is like my yarn, because it also has my yarn instructions on how to dye. Guys, I figured it out, or at least I think I figured it out. We're gonna say I figured it out. Oh, also I totally forgot about that idea. Oh my gosh, guys, I have some really, really cool ideas written down here. Alright, so, okay, I have instructions on how to do it. I have my knitted knocker information. Okay, so, 4-yarn scarf on the Cricut. The Cricut is the name of the loom. So, 4 yarns. We'll call color A is the 2-color blue ply. Color B is the solid maroon. Color C. Ooh, what would I start with? We'll go with the navy. I believe this is Karen Simply Soft. Solid navy. And then color D is the sparkly maroon. Sparkly maroon. Alright, so step 1, warp all of color A, since I don't have much of it. Surround with color B. Make B the same on both sides as color A. So I feel like I need pencils or something to illustrate this. I know I have colored pens around here. Where did I put my colored pens? Colored pens. Alright, colored pencils. Might actually be right in here. I should have some. Should have. I thought I threw my. There. Colored pencils in the box that I always can't quite figure out how to open up. It's so weird, like, it's supposed to be easier or something. Push here. Okay, push here. There we go. It slides out. So the slide out is the, did I freeze? Alright, so I'll grab a blue, and then I'll grab a red since that's the closest I have to maroon, so I'll go ahead and grab those. Alright, and so let's say I only have 6 of color A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And color B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Just giving myself a little example there. Ooh, okay. I see what paint is talking about. A weave. Okay. I see how you're moving the weave texture. Alright, guys, if you want to check out Paint's channel, I don't know if I can capture this and then show it on my screen. I don't need to see movement, but that is super cool. Oh my goodness. So, Paint, I know, can you color the threads? Because that's what I'm looking at right now. I want to see what the threads are colored. And I want to see what the pattern looks like with the thread. And I know most of it just deals with motion and you do color overlays, etc. later, but can Houdini do that? The same one on top of cookie, probably. Oh, you're right. If I do move the same window on top of the cookie clicker, you're right. So if I move it over here and select it, I think that should show the tutorial. Yeah, there we go. Alright, guys. I think that's showing it. Is it? No? Maybe? No, it's not. Alright, hold on. Let me check out. There we go. Yes, it can. You just need to break down the file. Fantastic! Alright, guys. So I'm seeing her file. I'm not seeing it show up yet. Maybe I just have quite a bit of a delay going on here. Alright. So, yeah, this is... It's a bit weird that in OBS I'm seeing the waveform, but on that I'm not. So we'll go ahead and try to change this. I'm wondering how long my delay is. This is really weird. Alright, it's probably not that long. So we'll go ahead and... There we go. Alright, yeah. Okay, so my personal delay is really long. About a minute? Yikes. Okay, well. So... Alright. Yeah, a minute, it feels very long. So if you color threads, but like, yeah, so it's asking me to color individual threads. Threads 1, 2, or if you count with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like blue, or red. 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, red. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, blue. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, red again. Actually, let's jump into Discord. If you want to go ahead and jump into my, I don't know what I have, live streaming channel. And then we can get that to work. Test, 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 test. Alright, there we go. Voice is now connected. Of course, it'll take you a minute to hear this. So, I feel a little bad because Paint here, guys, she's the one doing all the work. I'm just, like, making suggestions. So.
Well, hey, you there?
Alright, great. Hi. I think I need to turn you down just a touch.
All right, there. You're have to bear with me. I haven't played with this in a while, and I know all that's possible, but it's remembering how to do it and then doing it in I've actually worked in.
Oh yeah, no, I totally get that. I need to actually turn you down on my end. I think you're coming out fine on the stream, but you're blowing my own ears out. There we go. There we go. We're good. We're good. Yeah, so I am super excited this is possible. Um,
Yeah. Well, and I also have another question. So can you go stripey along with kept on or
mhm.
right now I've been wanting to know what this woven pattern looks like.
Ah,
I'm do that
I mean, the movement looks really cool.
Oh, I know. No, it is. I just read um I just read the profile. It looks like what's doing it started. It started with one end, and it's bringing in all the way across. It's not very symmetric. Um, I'll have to actually watch the video and figure out how it's supposed to be.
What kind, like, I mean, you don't seem to be getting any, like, lag on your computer. Like, what are your specs? Your computer's pretty beefy, it's just your internet that sucks, right?
My computer is beefier than shit, and my internet sucks.
Okay. Well, I found a way around it.
I have this machine. It's like I lost it plugging in RAM, and it just got new RAM. Um, so it has a 1060 on it.
Oh, yeah, I that's a little bit of envy there with a 1060. I think Jingles has a 10 he has a 1060 or 1070. And he had to get it for the cuz he has the Vive.
970.
Yeah, he has a 970. So I'm doing a low tech version here. You guys can't quite see it. Mm, but that's how I'm doing it. So she's got this cool waveform and I have colored pencils. So, multiple ways to skin a cat or whatever, how that goes. We're not skinning any cats. But actually, I am the colored pencils. If I go light enough, it does give me an idea of what it's gonna look like. Okay, so if I did that, I would I would get like a blue stripe down the middle.
Yeah, what I can do now is
Hmm.
have these.
I am losing you a bit. You keep kind of cutting in and out.
Kind of. No, it's. I think it might be better now.
But I don't know how to pipe the phone into stream. This is the interesting part. You telling us how it works.
But
Oh my
basically,
gosh, I can hear your ducks in the background. That's so cute. Sorry, totally random.
yeah, they're cute. I also just because I'm a college student, right? Then you're like, let's think about. Let's look at the video. I watched the video. Oh, all right. Well, oh,
Really cool, interesting weaving stuff.
cool, cool. I can do
Well,
that. Fancy.
because I found a bunch of papers, a bunch of tech papers on how to render woven cloth, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is neat. I really shouldn't be reading these on stream because to most people, this is not at all interesting. That's like way too detailed and stuff. And I'm like, but I know things that can do this digitally for me. Me and my two pencils.
But okay, I'm gonna try and break this down different. Okay, so beanies, no basic. I don't know that Jennifer has a previously of how to.
Nuke is also node based.
Yeah, yeah, it's node based. So
Yeah, and I don't know who else is still hanging out in chat, not completely like left out of boredom. No idea. It looks like we might have a couple people hanging out. So,
Here, exactly. That's the first line. And then line two is the line on the y-axis. As the next line. And then what we're doing is starting line one is a pretty basic example. And I believe what she's doing, because I'm not technical with this, so display. Yep, display file. So what it has done is when it goes to that resample. So if we're looking at the very beginning is point one. So he's doing the points here. And then when we resample it, they're telling it to add all the other points. So you add more points on one when you resample it. And then line on line two, they're creating the point wrangler, just like here. All right, so on line two, point wrangler. This is just adding a little bit of code. It looks like it's basically saying make the schema float. And then it goes into a scatter node, and the scatter node is okay. The scatter node is randomly distributed.
oh.
Then you want your waveform with this
Mhm.
kind of waveform. And this was a base he used with our waterfall back in the day. I know it was very classic and old. All right, and then this goes into a sort. And if I remember correctly, these sorts, yeah. So this will order. This will sort out the points in order, but by order of importance. So it slightly changes the characteristic on the line, and then we'll go into the copy sock, and the copy sock is then duplicating. It I want to say duplicating. No, it is taking the points on the randomized line and duplicating line A onto line B. So now you're getting line A all the way across, where these sort points were. So you sorted it here, and then the copy sock is duplicating A onto B.
So really, I feel like all that is making it slightly more complex than an actual woven piece would be, because a woven piece ideally actually has equidistant points, not the random ones.
But you wouldn't have to, because they're trying to make something that looks kind of like a gossamer.
Okay.
Because by the end of this, it kind of has that almost like cheesecloth gossamer type of look.
It does look like cheesecloth. Yeah, it doesn't actually look like a
Yeah, it doesn't.
tightly woven thing.
So I mean, you could buy it.
I mean, I feel like it's adding extra. It's adding a lot of extra math to it with the randomization. At least for what I would be using it for.
I'm bypassing this now. I'm just doing this. So the second point. So I'm gonna watch his
Yeah, maybe some of those things do things later on that you would want.
I can't remember this one. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. Okay, so this one.
Oh, I should not be yawning.
All right, asking which points he's gonna go off of. Okay. See on. Okay, so the points that we're doing, and that's fine if you have the points in each. So it looks like. All right, then he's going to turn on. I'm gonna just walk around with him really fast. So this is what's called content. So you basically have something called content. Content is where a lot of the memory happens, and so this one is okay. So there's a chunk of code here. Can we get it to? Oops, I put it on the wrong side. That. Thank you, new feature. There. Okay.
Hmm.
We'll do a demo
many do you have open?
All right, you need to go on preview, go over here. No, go back. Go on the last one. There's probably like a info stuff on there, so you might want to. Okay. So,
Well, if it looks like other stuff, it's probably easier to learn though too. That way people can easily switch. Have you ever used SketchUp? Totally random. Again, another tangent. Hmm?
yay, zoom. Okay, look, do you know you can zoom in?
Zoom in.
I can zoom in the bookmark.
Poor paint.
And then, there you go. See, look, I've moved.
Yay, look, you've moved stuff.
Advanced it. Look, I advanced it. Yeah, but yeah, that's what the thing said. Like you can zoom in. Um,
Code is readable. You know, at some point, wow, that zoomed in like super far.
all right. So, but that's basically the thing. So it's telling you, well, it's showing some images. See, that's the thing too. You do a lot of coding and shit. I suck at coding, so I have to like super research all this shit before I do any of it.
Mm.
But that's what's driving me nuts. And then look effectively. All right, but that's the next stop. So this actually starts way up here. It it's not a terribly complex parchment, but it has all kinds of features. So backwards reflection pixel.
Hmm.
Back off again.
So the thing that I would want would like started yawning a lot.
You can come down to yes, you can do it. I'm just gonna kind of walk you through the process here. It's actually this is the thing I love is learning. See, for me, I was gonna walk for 4 hours tomorrow, because I was on this. All right, but anyway, so after it goes there, but after it goes through that one, then you come back out, because that's the top message is this thing again, and then you go through a smooth, and then I added color, but in order to do it this way, you have to come in after I plotted the top there, because you can put color. Try color.
Well, I mean, if I want to do a certain number of colors, whatever, I feel like I would have to take away the randomizer. Because I'd also want everything to be evenly spaced. Hooray, I gained a follower today, Paint. I think I lost you audio. There you go.
This
Yeah, losing you pretty bad, girl.
look. I'm gonna go back to the in there. In is if I can because I know Houdini added that after I had already like smoothed the directions in color. I'll pop it in here. But yeah, but eventually, just to get a feel for some of that stuff, I can do that kind of stuff. I just think it's really cool.
Yeah, no, it is super, super neat, but it's way more advanced than what I think I need. For the thing I'm thinking of.
But this is the monster version. So this is the apprentice, but then the monster part of it, you go to side effects, you give your email address, and then you upload.
Sweet.
What I've noticed is sometimes there's stuff that's not piracy, because I've had to do that, and they'll just tell me because of price.
Mm.
And then you'll have to download it. But yeah, but that's but otherwise apprentice is fun. And once you install it, there's tons
Oh, okay.
So like I said, it's really pretty. And if you're gonna use an embroidery clicker, I would highly recommend that.
So, yeah, that's.
Yeah, if you don't like it especially I'm not ready to share my Crochet Couch right now. I'm handling a lot of things. So right now, I have Photoshop open and I'm doing so much.
Oh, right now?
Yeah, right now while I'm
Oh,
doing
gosh.
this. So
Yeah, like, I have a Photoshop.
yeah.
It's you not managing your programs well.
No,
Oh,
this
it's.
is this is pretty bad actually.
Oh, it's just internet. Okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing I said. Internet. So on my end it's okay, but I'm curious to see how yours is.
Okay. I will go back to Cookie Clicker. So yeah, Mary did a waveform of woven pattern. Actually, can you make it move one more time before we call it end, just to watch it go? Mostly because Jingles is also watching now. So she has Houdini. I was seeing if I could have something emulate my weaving patterns, and she said there is a way to colorize the lines. Unfortunately, there's a randomizer in it right now that's randomizing the distance between them. So maybe we could have some super crazy fun at some point, and I could like pre-generate my stuff with the type of yarn I wanted to use. Oh no, she didn't do it. Oh well. She might not have heard me. She said she wanted to turn me off so she could actually watch my stream. But she added a great technical element to the stream today. Thank you very much for that paint. Alright, so. Oh no, I closed the thing. No, no. Alright, back to Cookie Clicker. I will close paint stream. Back to Cookie Clicker. Everything. Things look okay. It's a little weird. Go ahead and fix this up a bit, and there we go. That's tiny now. I just don't want to play with, oops. I didn't want to move that thing. I don't want to play too much with, even though I am playing a lot with the OBS setup. Stuff happened where it needed to be played with, so. Alright, there we go. It's sort of even out. This is like one of the worst layouts I feel. It's so messy. Oh well. Anyway. So I hope you guys are enjoying that. I've started the pattern, like I said. I'm pretty, pretty primitive with my colored pencils there. But it does actually give me a decent idea as to what the pattern's going to look like. I don't know if I like it. That's his thing. I don't know. I don't know if I like the way that looks. But it also might just be because it's red and blue instead of like navy and maroon. And it's not actually going in and out and over each other. It's just pencils at the moment. I'd like to think that sort of is going to give me an idea of how it's going to look. Ooh, ooh, cookie. But not really. So. Alright, see, now I actually do want to play with this a little bit more. Alright, everything else needs to be like above Cookie Clicker. Because I love the big button of Cookie Clicker. Alright, so what do we have down here? We can go down here a little more. What can I buy? I could buy another time machine, antimatter condenser. I really kind of want to wait for this. The ambrosia. I should probably buy just more shipments. I want to get this up. I want to get all of these up to 100. That's my goal. Everything hits 100, and then I can ascend. So up here, it says I've been on run for 30 days. I have 33 prestige levels. Blah, blah, blah. Um, before I click this and go to the next ascension, I want all of this to say 100. 100 shipments, 100 labs. I don't know how a chance maker works if I only get one. It says owned 0, so I'm guessing I can get more. So I want 100 of those. And it's funny because I was in their Discord and they were saying that it's impossible to get 100 of each machine. I'm like, well, it looks like I have all the machines unlocked right here because usually it'll show me just like a black bit, like to tease me down here before it actually shows me what it is. So I don't have any teasers anymore, so I'm guessing this is the end of the line. But I'm not sure. Cookies, cookies, cookies. So that's how Cookie Clicker works. Sorry, I had already killed it. Oh yeah, it's no worries, no worries. I need to move my Cookie Clicker somewhere where I can see it and I can see the chat. So that's what I got going there. Oh, actually, I have a little bit of show and tell I could do. So here's actually what color should I need to finish writing up this mini little pattern that I said I figured out. All right, so or ball of color A, surround with color B. Okay, weft will be color C and D in equal parts. All right, well, that's all right, so show and tell, guys. From this past weekend. So, this past weekend was the Nerdy Knitters Retreat, and we went up to Big Bear, California, which is basically going up to the mountains. And they have what's called a crochet along for the weekend, and it's a small one, and it was a little shamrock pot holder. So I made a crocheted shamrock pot holder. Now, this pattern actually calls for making 2 of these and then sewing them together. So I actually started on the second one last night. It takes a little bit of concentration. I'm not sure I like the pattern. It took a little bit of getting used to. It's like by the time I'm really comfortable with the pattern, I'm done with it. So, got my little shamrock going on. And then I make a second one, smack them together, and they should be good enough for pot holders. So that was the crochet along. Wait, you're going to beat Cookie Clicker? Not beat it, but just like get to the end of it, because you can ascend it. You can go to the next level. There's actually sort of a story mode to Cookie Clicker. And so if I go up here, and you see this guy here where it says Revoke the Elder Covenant, I kind of did some research because I have a research facility. You can go down here and take a look at what I have. It says here that the Grand Matriarch status is appeased. I have a covenant with the Grand Matriarchs, but if you notice, if I revoke this for 6.6667 billion cookies, they come back. And what they do is, there's these little things called wrinklers that come out and eat my cookie. And it got like the story mode kind of goes into like this Cthulhu world. Your grandma's like, see how she's not exactly happy right now? Like she's kind of cranky looking. Like she actually gets demonic. If you revoke the covenant, you really, really piss them off, and they get demonic. Super scary. Yeah, and so I got a research facility, this guy here. It's a bingo nerd slash research facility, and I researched specialized chocolate chips, and then designer cocoa beans. Okay, those are cool, right? And then ritual rolling pins, and underworld ovens, and the one mind, and exotic nuts, and communal brain sweep, and arcane sugar, and then finally an elder pact. It says, and it says it's a bad idea. I can't actually answer that pain. I don't know what the hell the game is. So, But this is it. Ooh, more cookies. Boop. Did you did you go open your own instance of Cookie Clicker Paint? You must do it. Revoke the covenant? No. I already experienced the thing. I don't want to do the thing again. It's actually kind of scary. You did. You opened your own, right? So I'll go back to the fiber art stuff. Also this weekend we went to one of the yarn stores and they had a silk. You did like 8 years at Stereo D. Playing Cookie Clicker? So we went and we did some silk scarf dyeing. So this is my first one, my first silk scarf that I dyed. We went to one of the local yarn stores. I think it's called like Yarn Designer Boutique. I feel like I'm gonna have to go on Google. Yeah, the night wore long. All right, let me go find the the store we actually went. We went to Susan Needlepoint's. How do I want to do this? Like if I go to my Google account, it'll show me where I've been. It would be like my history, and because Google follows you around. If you knew that or not, like Google Maps, like follows you and keeps track. So pretty. So that was my first one. This is actually a navy and salmon color that I dyed. And this is technically tie-dye. Where you see, I don't know if you can see this on the camera. Let me make sure I can see it. So, yeah, you can kind of see those white diamonds in there. That's where the ties were. But they look really neat. So, um, you got like the starbursts going on here. So, I'm probably going to do some more silk scarf dyeing. Um, or other types of scarves. And one of the other things I thought, I was like, well, I could weave my own scarf with like a cotton and go ahead and do sort of a dye like that and just see what happens. I believe this brand of dye also does acrylic, so if I had a bunch of white acrylic stuff, I could do that too. We could just see what happens because with the silk, everything spreads out. And I'm guessing with something like a cotton acrylic, I could have a bit more fine control over what happens. The other suggestion was taking, and they have refillable Copic markers. You put the dye in the marker, and then you can literally like it's like watercolor pen on your fabric. So the second scarf, which is strange, this turned out to be like stripes almost, just these rows. But I mean, I completely folded it random, at least what I thought was random. This is actually like a green and purple, according to the color on the screen that I'm seeing. It looks like a blue and pink, but really like think it's emerald green and a deep purple. So color is quite a bit off. So if I get closer, does the color get better? No. I would probably have to switch to the other camera. Let's go ahead and switch to the other camera so we can get some color accuracy here. Let's see, where is the other camera? Where'd it go? Boop. It should show up on top, nope, it's on bottom of everything else. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and bring this all the way up. Up, up, up. I'm gonna have to rearrange all this later. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on top of this. Dude, alright. Sort of better color. Stuck. Actually, lots better color. So the color here is much more accurate. The green and the purple. And then this is the navy and the salmon. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to take a step back though. Yeah, much better color accuracy. Navy and salmon. Green and purple. So silk scarf dyeing. I'll probably do more. Actually, I need to keep these out of the bag for a little bit. They're actually, because you do also do with vinegar. They're starting to smell a little vinegary. I think I kept them confined a little too long. Boop, boop. Hello again. Cookie clicker. So that was our weekend. Boop-a-doo. Ooh, fabric weaving tool. Pause. Why isn't it pausing it? I'll have to watch that later. Is that a Houdini video? Yep. Houdini. Tapestry style weaving on a rigid head of loom. Square weaving. They have like, I want to do argyle at some point. Type of weft insertions. Actually, I should probably just like futz around on YouTube. I would find. Oh, excuse me again. I would find so much on YouTube. I lost my cookie clicker window, guys. I like minimized it. There it is. Clickety, 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 clickety. All right. So yeah, so I showed you guys the shamrock. I showed you guys the dye. Like another thing we talked about was batik dyeing, which actually uses a little bit of wax to seal off an area so it doesn't get dye on it. So like the spots where I have the white diamonds from the tie dye section, you could actually do um, wax. But then like you have to be careful what kind of wax and how to get it out and all that so you don't actually ruin it. Mm-hmm. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right. You're sending me stuff for later. Okay. That's right, I can check messages stuff later. All right. Actually, it's warm in here. Okay, guys, I'm actually going to take a little bit of break. I need to go find some snacks. I'm getting a little warm, maybe some water. So, I'll be back very soon. Here we go. Oh, cookie. All right. So, we'll go ahead, take a break. See you guys soon. Oh, it says it's going live soon. What is that? Boop. Boop. Ah. Oh, I think, okay, I know what I did with that. There we go. Holy crap. And I was totally muted that whole time. Hema chocolate. There's a tradition in the Netherlands where, ooh, cookie. Boop. Tradition in the Netherlands where for Christmas you get your first letter of your name in chocolate for Christmas. I don't. She gave us a little pamphlet which I have to find that tells us where the tradition came from. Uh, but I work with a bunch of translators, a bunch of people all over the world, and so she was very sweet. Went out and got this. It's some of the best chocolate I've ever had. Brand name is Hema, Hema. You would probably have to get it imported from the Netherlands. Yeah, well, it's from Amsterdam. So I wonder how much it would be to get this imported. So yeah, some of the best chocolate I've ever had. um, just got my chocolate. Got some water. Mm. There's only 9 days in the month of March left in the month of March, guys. 9 days. I gotta get on some stuff. Alright. We're not gonna eat the whole thing right now, but I am gonna go to hema.nl and check out their prices. Oh my god, so good. Ah, would you like to translate this page? Yes. Translate, alright. Okay. Hema looks like the IKEA of Netherlands. Alright, so food and drink. I'm so glad that Google has a translate option. Holy cow. Mm. Pastries, wine, sweets, and snacks. Muffins, bach mix, bondik. Okay, banana bread mix, baguette mix, cupcake mix, make and bake, chocolate chip cookies, pretzel rocks, which is just chocolate covered pretzels. Ooh, dark chocolate covered pretzels. See, I would totally do that. Oh my god, some of this looks so good, guys. Chocolate milk. Oh, but it's like chocolate and caramel bits. It's not really chocolate milk. It was like, it's in like chip format. Like cookies, chocolate chips. Alright, what else we have? What else we got here? I wonder if that must be a specialty thing. Ooh, wait, that looked like a piece of chocolate. Milk chocolate bar. It's just like this square of chocolate. I want dark chocolate. I wonder if I search in English if it will show up dark chocolate. I feel like I may have to be going back and forth to Google Translate quite a bit. Oh, maybe. It's bringing up a lot of it. It brings up four things. One is like one of those cookie bake things, like the cookie jars where you mix everything. Everything's already mixed except the wet ingredients, and then three different types of makeup. I don't think that's what I wanted. Mm, let's see what's on. It's not translating the page anymore. Oh, here we go. Chocolate snacks. I just want chocolate. Oh my god, they're chocolate. I want chocolate covered pretzels. I just want straight up chocolate. Okay. Milk chocolate. Oh, it's funny. They have these things, and this is in English on the package. It says you did it, and it says it's a chocolate bar. It says chocolate is always a good idea. Yes, I do love chocolate. For you, milk chocolate. Enjoy milk chocolate. Where's the dark chocolate? Milk chocolate letters. Come on. Pause chocolate? That must be assorted. Ik vind je lief. I wonder what that means. We're gonna go to Google Translate. Oop, cookie. Translate.google.com. Okay. Ik vind je lief. I think you're sweet. Aww. Do they not sell dark chocolate? Like, not during the holidays? White chocolate, milk chocolate, donker chocolate. Oh, wow, okay. Donkere. Chocolade, okay. 250, 150. Alright, well, that was a fun journey into the. So, what kind of pattern research is going on? Well, KNA, I was doing. Actually, we really had quite a cool demonstration by Paint27. She, she works with a program, or has worked with a program called Houdini, which will actually digitally weave something, and it went through a wave pattern to show you how the fabric would move. So we did kind of do some of that. I was asking her if I could do colors, and that way I could use Houdini to sort of predetermine what my weaving patterns would look like. So I was going through with like, I have 2 blue plied, I have maroon with sparkles in it, I have a solid navy, I have a solid maroon, and I was trying to figure out which one, what order to do it, like a warp and weft in. So it did start off as pattern research, and then it turned into chocolate research because this chocolate is amazing. So I was on a site, a Dutch site, trying to figure out how to get the chocolate shipped to me from the Netherlands. Ooh, another cookie. So that was the kind of research it devolved into. Ik vind je lief. Actually, I wonder if it can tell me this. Oh, that's pretty good. Ik vind je lief. It just means I think you're sweet in Dutch. Alright, more buying things on the cookie clickers. Okay. So, yes, back to pattern research. I was actually probably going to start watching some videos on it. I have a few groups I belong to on Facebook. I have an ankle weaving group, I have a rigid heddle weaving group, and checking out what I could learn from those, because I don't know how to read a weaving pattern yet. Do I even have? So, KNA, do you do any crafting of your own? Alright, let's go ahead and see what we can find. How to read a weaving pattern. Thing is, I haven't used pickup sticks or anything like that, so it's gonna have to be some creative warping and like counting. I'm waiting for some pages to load. I opened up like 5 tabs at the same time. Alright, actually, this fabric weaving tool, that I can probably close. I have that link saved. I could probably close my email. I'm trying to make things load faster. Alright. Alright, so how to a weaver's craft. Another cookie. Ooh, for 1 minute I get plus 2,000. So we're gonna go ahead and click this for a whole minute, guys. Might be really frustrating, but plus 2,000% is pretty awesome. So I'm already over halfway through the 33 prestige to go on to my next ascension. I don't know what's a lot and what's not. Like, I thought about ascending once I hit one ascension point, and then like I went on vacation and stuff, and they just kind of built up over time, and then I made my little goal of having 100 of each building before I did my first ascension. I've never done ascensions in this game before. Like I said, I want to get at least 100 of each building, and we're just gonna go with that. I don't want to say I'm over halfway with getting 100 of each building, because I don't actually think I am. Alright, so we got that done. Alright, and so we'll go ahead and just get the things that I can afford right now, which is a time machine. And we got 73 trillion. What's my next thing at? 107, and that's an alchemy lab. Alright, we'll let that run in the background. What is this? Interesting. I had replied to, I got an interview request, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not currently looking for work at this time. I've been actually working at a full-time job as of today. Hey, today was my 1 year anniversary at work.
Yay.
Yay. um, but someone else emailed me, and I wasn't really interested in their job to begin with because it sounds like a commission job, and wasn't really. I'm not good at that kind of work. I just like I don't mind commissioning something I'm making, but if I'm selling somebody else's product, like it's got to be a good product. So pattern research, not so much anymore. But it was, yeah, like I said, it was some weaving pattern research that I don't want to say it devolved into technical stuff because more really it like evolved like way beyond what I'm doing. So it took a very different direction. All right, so how to read a weaving pattern. Tips on how to weave. Weaver's craft. All right, drafts for weaving contain 3 parts: a threading draft, a tie-up, and a threading sequence. Oh my goodness. Together they show how to thread the heddles, tie up the treadles, and weave the fabric row by row. Threading draft shows the order for threading the warp ends in the heddles. It always written horizontally with one row for each shaft. Okay. Oh, I guess that. The usual way to read the draft is from right to left, starting from the tie-up corner, so right to left, but it can be read in either direction. The yarns are threaded one at a time through the shaft. The numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 in the throwing draft merely refer to the shaft number and can be replaced by symbols or letters indicating colors. Repeats are shown by brackets. The draft above shows that 12 warp ends are to be repeated a total of 5 times before proceeding. The total of warp ends shown here equals 77. My loom is not that big. Oy. Tie up. At the right corner of the draft, the intersection of the threading draft and the treadling sequence. Yeah, this is not a rigid heddle thing. Intersection of the threading draft and treadling sequence. The tie-up shows which shafts aligning with the threading draft are tied to each treadle pedal. Yeah, my loom does not have a pedal. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what kind of loom this is. I have warp order color. Total warp ends 89. Weft color order. Heddle count. Tables off places. Tabby is a plain weave interspersed between pattern shots. If all pattern shots in the fabric were removed, a plain weave fabric would remain. Well, okay. In treadling, ooh, cookie. I'm gonna go ahead and get another portal here. Boop. And another one. See, look at you, K&A, keeping me on track. Alright, weaving for cutting apart. Placements, napkins, and towels are some of the many hand-woven fabrics woven with a single length on the loom, but meant to be cut into sections later. If you know where you want to cut, here's a good way to prepare the place. After the first piece, weave 2 rows of contrasting yarn. 2 rows because the valley between them forms an indentation that's easy to follow with the scissors. Plain weave provides a clear path for cutting, although any 2 treadles that lift opposite shafts will work well. Yeah, see the treadle thing? I don't do treadles. I don't get it. I don't know what's happening there. So we're gonna kind of how to read a. We'll just go read draft. Weaving draft. Okay, so apparently they're not patterns. They're called drafts. Oh yeah. Okay. How to weaving draft for the rigid heddle. First, you don't need to. Drafts are for more complicated looms with shafts, and instructions and patterns for rigid heddle weaving are usually just written in text. Oh, you wish you were better at clothwork stuff. What kind of stuff do you currently do? And I'm totally beginner. I've only done one project without my instructor, um, helping me with the loom. So I'll just throw that out there, and it was 100% plain weave. So just one project without my instructor, 3 woven projects total. So I am very new at this. For rigid heddle, you don't need to read drafts. Drafts are for more complicated looms with shafts, and the instructions. Cookie. Um, for rigid heddle are usually just written in text. You can ignore little drawings. However, if you're like me and curious about it anyway, because you found that great free resource online for weaving drafts, the third link below. 1, 2, 3. Here's some very basic info. No reason to go over what's been said before, so I refer you to this blog where the basics of reading them have already been explained, and then I will elaborate. Sweet. Handweaving.net. Actually, I think I clicked these out of order. I came to rigid heddle weaving after weaving on 4 and 8 harness looms. So lucky me, I already knew how to read a weaving draft. Also sometimes called a pattern, though it's not a pattern in the sense of being a complete item made, but a pattern of yarn interlacements on the loom. I could use that skill to figure out if I could apply it to my rigid heddle loom. This led to posts about which patterns were usable on the rigid heddle, which led the rigid heddle first weavers to ask, how do you read a draft? That sounds like a circular type thing. There are 2 or possibly 3 parts to that though. First is an understanding the parts of a weaving draft, what makes it feasible to do in a rigid heddle loom as it stands. Second, understanding how to apply it to a 2 heddle loom. I only have one read though. Third, it would be the grand finale, how to use pickup sticks to get more complex patterns. I'm not interested in starting with pickup sticks yet. Alright, so there's a harness, a tie up, and treadling. I don't want to read that. Now a rigid heddle is just that, it's rigid. On a harness loom, the heddles move back and forth, spaced where you need them. This lets you do things like thread harnesses 1 multiple times in a row, then harness 2, then 3, then 2 again, and 4, getting quite inventive. The best you can do is tie a button back, or there's a great write-up on indianaweavers.org, twills, 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 showing many interesting applications of that concept. I don't even know what these, like, treadle pattern machines look like. I don't even know what these, I'm guessing these are maybe some knots for ropes. So I usually do crocheting on stream. Today I'm just kind of being really chill. I do want to do, I've, been doing some weaving research because I want to start. I have a large yarn stash and I want to start using up my yarn, and I want to start doing it in interesting woven ways. So I want to play around with color more than anything, and I want to find out how to do some relatively easy patterns that will be fast but look interesting with the color variations. So maybe if I, do some high contrast colors and then, mix them with other stuff, just like what can I get? I don't necessarily want to use pickup sticks. I don't want to count too much. I want to be able to go ahead and just kick it out. How thick is the yarn you have? I have mostly worsted weight yarn. So it's a lot of worsted weight. Not so much sock yarn. Um, but then I have also some novelty yarns. I haven't really decided what to do with those yet, but I kind of just want to take a lot of what I have and throw it onto a loom and see what happens. But I want to throw it on in a smart way that hopefully won't look too strange. I do want to have some sense of what I'm doing, a little bit of planning ahead. But yeah, a lot of worsted. A lot of worsted. I did some stuff on eBay where I would go and I'd buy a lot. Where somebody just had like a giant stash of yarn, and I think I have like 3 or 4 other people's stashes of yarn, and much of it is worsted weight. I went out and I bought a whole knit picks thing. You would suggest sock otherwise. See, here's the other thing. The rigid heddle I currently have, let's see, I use some really thin yarn for all 3 of my weaving projects because it had the best color and texture. So I've used boucle yarn. I used boucle for a whole scarf, an entire scarf. I used some of the Vanna's Glamour, which is thinner than, actually, I think I have some next to me. I can check and see what weight that is. Alright, so I made a whole scarf out of 2 colors of the Vanna's Glamour. This is fine. This is a 2-weight yarn, so this is a fine yarn. I do actually have a lot of the Vanna's Glamour. I think sock weight might also be a 2. Hold on, I have a chart. I made a chart. So a lot of people use, like if I say sock weight yarn, what does that mean as far as like the numbers that show up on there? So yeah, a fine yarn, a 2 is sock weight. Here's my awesome chart. Oh, cookie. Boop. And so here's my chart. I literally went online and looked at all that, found the whips per inch and whatever, and the yarn standards was the Craft Yarn Council, Ravelry's definition, what people call stuff, sock yarn, fingering yarn, blah blah blah, sport weight. Actually, a 1 super fine is sock weight, 2 is sport weight. And there's DK, Aaron worsted, blah blah blah. Okay. So, 2 yarn. So I did a thing with this, and then I did a thing with boucle, and then I did one with another fine yarn and a semi boucle. It it sort of borders on novelty yarn. It was extra fuzzy, but probably as thick as like a sport or maybe a DK weight. Excuse me. So, so yeah, actually, technically, I haven't woven with worsted weight yet. Oops. I think the stuff I'm looking at, yeah, I think this is technically an Aran weight, which is slightly bigger than worsted. All of these 4 that I'm looking at doing my next project with, they're all about the same. 2 of them are almost exact, and then one slightly bigger, one slightly smaller. Alright. It's rigid talking to a weaving draft can be done in a rigid heddle loom. The first kind that can are 2 harness drafts. These ones listed from the book The Handweaver's Pattern Directory and Handwoven Scarves and Color Weave. Spotting a 2 harness draft can be as simple as making sure that only harness 1 and 2 have a check in them. No yarns are 3 and 4. Sometimes 4 harnesses will be used, but the tie-up will make the patterns a plain weave. I spotted a log cabin draft using 4 harness outline here, so it's fairly common. A plain weave tie-up puts the first and third strands on one lever and the second and fourth strands on the other lever. See, I don't know what levers are. Oh dear. Of reed marks. The uneven distribution of yarns through the heddle can leave visible spacing in the final cloth. Sampling would be key on the rigid heddle to see if marks are visible and unacceptable in your final fabric. Yeah, I have no idea what that means. Oh my. Alright, so. Okay. Good. She's giving me a draft for what plaid would look like. 4 strands of green, using both the slots and holes. 4 strands of white and repeat. 4 rows of one color, 4 rows of the other color. That's kind of how I pictured that happening. Oh my god, I think she just gave me machine kind of patterns or hand done stuff. I am looking to make hand done stuff. I have a rigid heddle loom. That's all I got. So, that's what I want to use. And I think I just found a pattern for plaid, which is what I've been wanting to do. And it sounds really easy, 4 and 4, which is kind of how I pictured it. 2 shafts, 2 treadles, threading 8. Okay, so 4 and 4 would really be like 8 and 4. Because then I have to move the, or is it 2? Oh dear. Probably 8, 4. It'd be 4 and then I'd pull them through the hooks. Okay. You warp your loom following the skinny line at the top with green and light. The skinny line at the top. What is the skinny line at the top? I didn't see that. There's just one line at the top. But I'll go ahead and keep reading. It tells you 4 green, 4 white, putting 1 thread through each slot and each hole. Repeat. It doesn't actually say that. It doesn't read that way. Oh dear. Now look at the black and white blocks to the left. Pattern ID. There's no skinny line or blacks or whites. Alright, but I'll just keep going. The bellwether told you this is the number of strands that one row can slots and row holes. So whenever you have a draft that looks like with this one with only 2 rows with one block, with one black block and one white block alternating in a single checkerboard, this tells you you only need 1 strand of yarn in each slot and 1 each hole. How you would normally thread your rigid heddle loom. So when looking at a draft, if you see that, you know you can ignore all the checkerboards. Just warp across, following the colors in the skinny line at the top, putting them in both slots in order. Here's a page with some of the types of drafts, great for free resource. Handweavingpatterns.net. 2, 2, any... shoot. Alright, and I guess... Wow. 2 found. Man. Alright, so... A crepe is not just a pancake. Okay, here we go. Here's a bunch. Cookie. Alright, so... I just need to figure out what the pattern looks like. It's hard for me to like zoom out in my head and do it. What am I actually looking at with these patterns? Okay, that one looks kind of neat. That sort of makes sense. That looks like a log cabin. A dictionary of weaves. I mean, some of these kind of look like sort of diamondy patterns. I can't in my mind's eye, I can't zoom out enough from some of these to picture what it would look like on a finished object. And they're just called plates. They're not like named or anything that would give me any indication of what I should expect. Some of these look like the exact same, just slightly more or less of the pattern repeating. Alright, so we'll go back. A German Weaver's Pattern Book. Handbook of Weaves. I thought that's what we just went through. Whoa, there's even more in this one. This seems like a great resource if I knew more about what wow, this actually seems to have like moving pieces, but they're not. Another cookie on top of a cookie. More trillions. I could get another time machine. I'll go with a shipment though. And then a portal. And then an alchemy lab. As much as I'd like to hit my shipment goal of 100 tonight, I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, so I'm looking for hand-woven stuff, but I found a page that actually does have patterns or drafts, and that's why I couldn't find what I was looking for before, because they're called drafts, they're not called patterns. Oh, here we go. Oh, that is the plaid pattern. Excellent. Alright, well. This is the plaid pattern I want to do. Actually requires a bit more space than I think I have on my heddle. Or on my reed, I should say. Oh man, though. But this shouldn't be too hard to do, right? I'm supposed to warp it across the top and then do that as a repeat with the shuttles. I feel like I should probably do another log cabin before I try something else like a plaid. Just to kind of get my mind wrapped around it. But at the same time, I just want to do something speedy, which is a straight weave. Oy, oy, oy. What am I doing? But I like that plaid. I like it a lot. There's two kinds of plaid. Actually, there's like three. Is that houndstooth? Did I just find a houndstooth pattern? Sort of. It looks more like a wheel. So we've got two wheels going, one's going one direction, one's going the other direction, and then the other has a little like extra dot that looks out of place. Alright, so A Handbook of Weaves by G.H. Olsner. That's, ooh, is that in that cookie? That's a cookie I missed. So sad that I missed the cookie. Cause yeah, I have that window behind another window, so it looks like I'm gonna go click on it, but I can't even see it. Alright, Manual of Weave Construction. Oh my, there's a lot there. Ooh, and this uses like 3 colors. I was only gonna use 2 colors. But this has like a red, a blue, and a white. Oh man. You don't see too many people wearing heavy fabrics where I live. Yeah. I live in Southern California, so I'm not so much seeing that happening either. But like if you weave a fabric, it's much thinner than a crocheted fabric or a knit fabric even. As far as yarn goes, maybe a halter top. For what? I'm just looking at making uh, just starting off with like scarf type stuff. I'm not really interested in making like a full sweater or other wearable at this time. At some point I will get to socks. That's something that I think would be pretty nice and useful, would be socks. I do have a little bit of sock yarn. Oh, yeah, yeah, what people wear. I mean, like crocheted bikini tops, or like you said, crocheted halter tops, and tank tops are actually really big right now. I'm not interested in doing that. I usually try to do, I've kind of been all over the place, doing little weird little amigurumi stuff. Like I finished this donut. I need to send it off to the winner. It was featured for a giveaway. So I have this little crocheted amigurumi donut. I was commissioned to do a scarf, which um, I sent off to a guy in New York. So it's a little chilly up there, so he wears that. And uh, I have a possible I've an interest in someone who wants me to do some amigurumi dolls for them. And then I want to do like the plaid on for myself. I want to know how to weave plaid. So scarf, maybe I someday get a bigger thing and make complicated plaid. I like plaid and argyle. Oh, maybe there's a weaving argyle. Oh, be steal my heart. That'd be awesome. So I'm looking through a handweaving.net is the webpage, and just what I could do on the current loom I have. I'm more interested in the pattern right now. I'm more interested in the design that I could make, and not necessarily what. I mean, like I said, I'll do scarves as a finished object, but like, and then I'll figure out later how to expand on that. Maybe I just make a ton of scarves in different colors. Who knows? Maybe I actually get really complex. It's like some of these plaid patterns are really, really interesting. I would just need a bigger machine to do them on. Ooh, that one's cool. It kind of looks like big circles and small circles, but really it's the same. It's just an optical illusion. That is pretty sweet. Oh, and that's only 2 colors. Looks like it could be more. Another optical illusion. But yeah, this would take 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 20, 22, 24, 26, 27. That actually, I don't know. I'd have to, I still haven't, I need to count the number of like threads I have in my reed. I might just start with one of the plaid type patterns. I don't know. We'll find out. So that's that. Oh, but I do need to look up. I need a new Cricut reed so I can do an art yarn piece of my hand spun yarn. So actually I need to save this because this is an excellent article with a bunch of different resources. So we save that to our favorites. It's ilovesocks.wordpress.com and they have an article called Weaving, How to Read a Weaving Draft for the Rigid Heddle. So she works on a larger loom and then she is trying to describe how to find some of those larger loom drafts and figure out which ones are actually usable on a rigid heddle. So we're gonna go Cricut, 5 DPI read. I obviously have searched this before. Shopping. I have no idea how much it's going to cost. No idea. There's adjustable reeds, which I think I'll deal with later. That's a samplet loom stand. Oh, I need to measure my thing. I don't know what size it is. It looks like they're going to be about $40 after shipping. That's not terrible. Everyone uses those pom-pom maker things. I tried to once. I was really awkward with it. I was better doing it, wrapping it around my fingers than I was using the pom-pom maker. The pom-pom maker kind of confused me a little bit. Even though people are like, it's so easy, it's so great. And I'm like, I am so lost. So I would prefer to use my fingers. It just made more sense to me. If I had a pom-pom maker, first of all, I don't like pom-poms. I think they're kind of frou-frou-y and I don't make a lot of things with pom-poms. I think I've done it once, which is why I had to learn the finger method. And then I was doing an instructional event where we used the pom-pom makers, and so I had to learn quickly there how they worked. And it was really funny because one of the girls, like a little girl, like 7 years old, she had done it in her kindergarten class, and she was showing me and her mom how to do the pom-pom thing, and she was just like going to town on it, and I'm just kind of looking at her mom, and I'm like, okay, yeah. You think they might make a fun cat toy? I think they probably would too. I have a couple cats in the house that I live in, and the cats are really smart. I think they would figure out how to destroy a pom pom made with a pom pom maker because really it's only tied off with like 2 or 3 pieces of yarn. And I think they would figure that out, and we would have frickin' yarn bits all over the house. I think they'd make a fun cat toy, but I think my cats are too smart for it. The cat toy that I made them, I was trying to make a baby hat and I made it too tight, and so it literally looked like a sombrero. So I put it on a different piece of string and I gave them a sombrero on a string. And they've basically felted it, but they haven't destroyed it. But I think if we gave them a pom pom, it would be a whole hell of a mess. Cricut loom reed. See what eBay has to say for a Cricut loom reed. Let's spell Cricut correctly first, and maybe we'll get some. So Shack Cricut loom. No. There we go. A 7.5 Alouette kit. Vintage Sweden metal reed, 30.5 inches, 10 DPI. Wow. 15-inch shacked cricket loom. I think that's what I actually own. It was given to me, so I'm not entirely sure how long it is. Brass reed hook. For 4 shaft looms. You know, I'm probably just better off going to the Shacked website. eBay would be great for yarn, but not for loom pieces. What's the stuff you make thick cords from yarn and then something out of those called? I know there's paracord, but that's not made out of yarn. That's a different thing. It's sort of like a cotton rope inside of another sheath. Thick cords from yarn and then make something out of those cord. And then like paracord, the paracord bracelets. Is that what you're thinking of? But it's a actually completely different type of thing. It's not actually yarn. Some Bernat yarn lots. What do we got here? Some Noro. Oh my gosh. Sheeples cotton. They're asking way too much for that. Free shipping. Fisherman's wool. Huge mixed lot. Lots of red heart. See, I'm not interested in red heart. What is this? Melrose Fleecette eggplant yarn. You know, I really shouldn't be looking at yarn because I need to be looking at patterns to use the yarn I currently have. As I go ahead and open up it. No, something else. Stuff you make thick cords of from yarn and then make something out of those called thick cords of yarn. Like you crochet or knit some kind of tube thing and then make stuff out of that tube. Knit or crochet a tube thing and you make stuff out of that tube. Your mic level's really low. Yeah, I do need to get actually, I think, either a better headset or let me go ahead and play around with this. I try not to have it right here because then I end up blowing into it. Let me go ahead and open up and that's something I've been struggling with a while, but thank you, Boogie, for letting me know. Let's see, what is it called? Corsair. This is a Corsair microphone, and I've been playing with the Corsair utility, not just, because I'm turned up all the way on OBS, and I don't know where else it's getting my inputs from. So let's take a look here at like my recording devices, I guess. So I got the headset, Corsair. It does look really low, wow, even according to default. Configure? Sure. Set up microphone. Well, let's go ahead and do this. Headset, next. Proper microphone placement, next. Peter dictates to his computer. He prefers it to typing and partially prefers it to pen and paper. Ugh, that's really low. It says it's ready for use, but yeah, even that, oh no. What is happening? Alright, so I apparently horribly screwed something up by trying to do that while I'm streaming. So I think either Corsair did it or testing it. Wow. Alright, let's go check this out. Yeah, EQ presets. It has my volume all the way up. clear chat, bass boost, movie theater, FPS competition. What do we want here? Alright, let me go back to this. Alright, we're gonna stop and start again. Unfortunately,